Hello there guys, welcome back to Crazy Siblings. This is your Poke Brothers and today I'm starting a new series. This is gonna be a Pokemon challenge series in which I and my brother take up Pokemon challenges and try to complete the game only with the challenge. So for today my challenge is gonna be Pokemon, can I be able to complete Pokemon Fire Raid with only my starter? In this case, it is Squirtle, which I can evolve into a Blastoise. So it's a bit easy. It's not too hard. So I don't think I will have a lot of trouble. But let's see. I get onto Veridian City and get the Professor Oak's parcel and give it to him. After giving him that, I head on to Veridian Forest and the trainers over there. But here comes the first problem, which is I lose to the first trainer. The trainer just poisoned me and then I'm done. See, I used a bubble and the first time I lost, but in the second try I won. But there came the second problem. I lost with this guy. I used bubble, I was poisoned in the first turn, so I was taking damage. I took out his two Weedles and then started using Tackle on Kakuna, which was a terrible mistake. I could have used Bubble and I would definitely win. So that was a big mistake. Then after beating him, I came to the last trainer who has this level 9 Weedle. So he was not too hard, nothing much important about him. Then straight on after healing, I headed for Brock, the first gym leader. As you have expected, it was not hard. Okay, it was very easy. I just used water gun on his Pokemons and easily took him down. After winning with him, I took on the trainers on the route to Mount Moon, and there, surprisingly, my Squirtle evolved into a water turtle. After beating this guy over here, my Squirtle evolved into a water turtle. So the time has come for water turtle. The Squirtle is a water turtle now. After that, after taking up some of the trainers over there, I gained a lot of XP and eventually got the move Bite. Challenge 1 is not too easy and not too hard either, because Blastoise overall is a very good Pokemon as it has a variety of moves almost, and its stats are not bad either. So I didn't have a tough time with this challenge. I only had a tough time with one of the main battles. Uh, no, that's not Lieutenant Surge. It was very easy with Lieutenant Surge. It's not Lieutenant Surge. And I even took the rare candy over here. Then I went to the fossil and took the dome fossil. Then I taught my water turtle the move Mega Punch, because it's a very good move and a solid upgrade from that tackle. After that, I headed on to Misty. Misty was not hard either. I just bited my way through. I used a combination of bite and Mega Punch, which was proving to be very good. First, I Mega Punched Starmie, then used two bites, which took her out. And by the way, my water turtle is level 24. So after completing that, I went and took the third rare candy over here, second rare candy. Then I went for Green, my rival. He was not hard. I just used Mega Punch, which was enough for his Pidgeotto. Then one bite and Mega Punch were enough for Bulbasaur, and one Mega Punch for Abra, and another for the Ratcheta. So it wasn't any hard with Gary. Then I went to Then I went to the Pokemaniac Bill's house and brought him out of his weird looking Clefairy costume. After that, I headed for Vermilion City and took the rare candy over here, the third rare candy. I'm collecting all these rare candies so that I can use them if needed. They're a good source of XP and even good source of money. Then I started taking on people in the SSN because they give a lot of XP. They give up. I can get a lot of levels just by battling all these water type trainers. So I battled all of the trainers in the ship. The battle went very smoothly because I had. Now it's time for the third rival fight. This was not too hard, but the first time I lost because the Pidgeotto spammed some sand attacks on me. As a result, I could not attack Ivysaur because my evasion was so low that I kept on missing all the attacks. And this Ivysaur came and put me to sleep and started using Leech Seed over me and even Vine Whip. Then for the second try, it was very easy because I used a Mega Punch that took out the Pidgeotto. Then I used one Mega Punch, and then the Ivysaur used a Sleeping Powder. Then luckily I woke up and used a Mega Punch to finish it. Then Raticate goes for one Mega Punch and even Kadabra. Then I head around to Lieutenant Surge. The real puzzle comes over here. Okay, and then I got the first one, and surprisingly, I got the second one with very little effort. I was very surprised because I am very bad at this game, this puzzle. My brother is a lot better than me in this puzzle. I always take his help in this. This time I was wondering how could I complete it. That too in the first try, which was great. Then I taught my water till the move Dig, because of which I could easily sweep through his team. Even after Raichu used one double team, I could finish it off with one dig without missing, which was great. Then I headed on to Diglett's cave. There I battled with all the Diglets so that I could level up to be a Blastoise. After some time, my Watershell evolved into a Blastoise after training for a while in the Diglett's cave, because that would help me in the Pokédex as well as uh, because Blastoise is more powerful. Then I took Flash and headed on to Rock Tunnel. The trainers in the Rock Tunnel were not a big problem. I dodged some of them and then headed on to Celadon City without wasting much time in the Lavender Town. I took the Eevee and just evolved it into Jolteon just for the Pokédex sake. And then I went for Eureka for the first time. It was not good. Yeah, it was not good. I took on both of her first Pokemon, then her last Pokemon gave me some trouble. For the second try, I lost again because Victreebel paralyzed me, because of which my speed was crippled, and even I missed most of my attacks. So I came up with a very little strategy, which is giving my Blastoise Cherry Berry to hold so that it can heal the paralysis anytime. Then after doing that, I won with Eric. This time it was straightforward. I used one Mega Punch, two Mega Punch, which took out Victreebel. Same goes for Tangela. And then came the Vileplume. I used one Mega Punch. She used Tunspore. I healed using the Cherry Berry, and then one more Mega Punch finished her. Then after that, without wasting much time, I headed on to Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, and this is time for our fourth rival fight. This was not too hard. I expected it would be hard because Ivysaur would be a lot more powerful now, and I wondered about the Gyarados, but it was not too hard. It was actually a bit easy. Then I went for Koga. Uh, it took me 2 tries to win with Koga. The first try, I used strength and took out the coughing. Then came the muck, the real trouble. I used a dig and it hit successfully, but it kept on raising its evasion, because of which I missed my attacks. Then it poisoned me and I was dead. I went for some quick training. Then I came again at level 53. I took out Muck rather easily this time. Then coughing was not too hard, it was easy. I was not poisoned, I was lucky for that. And one surf took out wheezing. Then I headed to Blaze, keeping Sabrina, because his fire types would be a very good place to train and level up for the fight against our rival, because he would have a Venusaur that would bring me a lot of trouble. So I came here. Now I also taught my uh, Blastoise the move Ice Beam, removing Mega Punch, because it would help me. And sorry guys for the mouse. I I didn't realize that it was there. Then all of his Pokemons were very easy. It was not too hard this time. I don't know, but it was not too hard. Then after defeating Giovanni, I headed to Sabrina. She was not hard at all. Only her Venomoth gave me some trouble. But all of her other Pokemon were just a one shot with bite. Then I went for Giovanni because there's nothing else in the middle. All of his Pokemon were one shot with Surf. It was a very easy battle. Yeah, surprisingly. Because he even doesn't have his Kangaskhan this time. If he had his Kangaskhan, he would be a little more difficult. But being a ground type trainer, Kangaskhan wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, I know, Sabrina has Venomoth. Venomoth. Why? If Sabrina could have a Venomoth, then Giovanni could definitely have a Kangaskhan. But that would make... Okay, now comes the real trouble. Lorelei. I lost to her many times. Yeah, because we both were same type, so even her attacks didn't show effect on me, but even neither my attacks showed effect on it. So all of her Pokemons were uh, rather easy except for Lapras. I used the strategy of Toxic and Bite. I thought it would work out, but until I grew levels, even this strategy didn't work out. The Lapras would always survive using the citrus berry, and then following up, Lorelei would heal her with a full restore, which would even heal her poison. So that was a big trouble for me, the Lapras. But at the last, once I defeated Lorelei, then healed and went for Bruno, and I did a terrible mistake. I used Surf on all her fighting types. Machamp used Scary Face, which reduced my speed, so it finished me off with a cross chop. The second type, surprisingly, Lorelei was very easy. Yeah, I was level 77. Then I used a full restore and healed. This time I went with, I was a little bit safe, so I used Earthquake this time. Then came Agatha. All of her Pokemons were almost easy, except that I had to take on some Pokemons with low health. Then came Dragon Train and Lance. Uh, all of his Pokemons were one shot except for the Gyarados. That's a big troublemaking Pokemon because I can't even use Earthquake on it as it's flying type. Now comes Gary or Green. He was not too hard. He was very easy, winning me the Elite Four. I won the Pokemon League. Yeah, it was surprisingly easy. Green was surprisingly easy because of those levels, level 79. So after winning with him, I am on the Hall of Fame with my Blastoise. Yeah. Thank you for watching. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more videos.